position.
Yes, sir.
All right. We are back on another episode, man. Got my bro back for the 10th episode.
Yes,
The
sir.
big number
Episode
10.
10.
Damn, did we make
Big
it to
time.
10 on the last podcast?
No, we didn't make it to 10. Not
No.
10.
This is
No,
kind
not
of
10. We had, yeah, no, not 10.
this is a huge deal. A huge deal.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time stuff, man. We still cracking, still growing, still learning. So,
Yeah. A
tip of
lot
the
of things.
iceberg.
That's it, man. No homes. So we got a lot of things to cover, man. I know for you, the Bears, you had a big trade go down in the fantasy group. There's been a couple of trades actually that we haven't covered. Oh no, we did cover the Gentry and AJ Brown one. Um, Big just fantasy implications about injuries, the way some teams are performing. I mean, your Bears just had a
Mhm.
crazy game in like this fucking uh crazy environment, windy ass game. So
Oh,
we didn't
yeah.
get to see Caleb and Rome like we normally see them.
hmm
Um, they leaned on their running game. You want to start with that game?
Yeah, we can go and get into it. I could
Oh,
break that down to science right now.
let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start? From the breakdown or overview? How you want it?
I mean, however you want to do it, really, we could do it. Let's break it down.
All right, so there was multiple interesting elements to this game, right? Bears versus Saints, but you have some people on both sides who have overlapped. We've had Caleb and Spencer Rattler were at one point the quarterbacks at Oklahoma under Lincoln Riley. Uh, Spencer Rattler is supposed to be the number one pick, Heisman favorite. They have a true freshman, number one player in the nation. The Oklahoma fans, when Spencer Rattler starts struggling, start going, "We want Caleb." You know what I'm saying? And Caleb actually went on Ryan Clark's podcast and said, "I went there knowing Spencer Rattler was there because I knew I could take his job. I knew I was the best quarterback in the country as a freshman." So
Yeah.
there was that smoke. You know, obviously Caleb did take the job as a freshman, had a great freshman season. Spencer Rattler ends up transferring to South Carolina, has two, really good productive years there, ends up getting himself drafted in the middle rounds, yada yada. So there's that. You know, the quarterbacks have a history, right?
Hmm.
Then you have Dennis Allen being the former head coach over there in New Orleans. Head coach, but he specializes on the defensive side of the ball. So now he's the Bears defensive coordinator going against the team he was just with the previous year as their head coach got fired. And Dennis Allen is the first key I want to really, really touch on because I mean neither quarterback played great. Neither quarterback was really the deciding factor, even though Spencer Rattler's interceptions and turnovers became the deciding factor for them. But as far as the quarterbacks being an X factor, neither of them had the best game. You feel me? So, who
Oh yeah.
did have his defining moment as a Bears coach was Dennis Allen. He had his shining moment. I mean, he had those guys ready to play. He was disguising formations. He moved Tremaine Edmonds from a inside linebacker to an outside linebacker, and he really has been balling out. You know, I came into the season like we have two high paid linebackers, and I'm not impressed with either. As far as TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds, well, Dennis Allen has gotten the best out of Tremaine Edmonds. I mean, has to be, in some sort of Pro Bowl, All Pro candidacy right now. I mean, he's been
Yeah.
double digit tackles the last three games. He had two picks versus the Cowboys. This week versus Saints, he has another pick and a sack and double-digit tackles. I mean, he's been absolutely balling out of control. And Dennis Allen has a lot to do with that. Dennis Allen continues to get top-tier production from guys who are not producing for the Bears last year, like Dominic Robinson, number 90. People don't even know who that is.
I know I don't.
Dennis Allen has this guy blitzing, has this guy going out and covering slot receivers. I mean, he's like a 6'4", 280-pound defensive lineman, and Dennis Allen is using him all over the field. And he was with the Bears last year making no impact. This year, he's making impact, you know what I'm saying, in this new scheme. Um, like I said, the Cowboys, when they let Al Harris go, the cornerback coach, the secondary coach, what he's doing for the secondary, I mean, this secondary is banged up, bro. Like, Our best player on our defense, Jalen Johnson, just played in the Detroit game. He balled out, but he got himself re-injured. We've only had him for that Detroit game, and we gave up 51 points. So think about that. The only time we had our best player by far on defense, we gave up 51 points. Every other game, we haven't had Jalen Johnson, and they've been balling. You know what I'm saying? They're really coming into their own. Like I said, Dennis Allen's scheme, the preparation, the intensity, the physicality those guys brought to that field, they won the game for the Bears because the offense, especially the passing offense, wasn't really nothing to write home about. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the way that they fixed the rushing defense, the way that they fixed the pass rush, Montez Sweat actually flashed, you know what I'm saying, this week. I mean, it was just a beautiful thing to see that those guys stepped up, and Dennis Allen got the game ball after the game yesterday. So it was just amazing to see the coaching, the attention to detail, the disguises, the physicality, the ferocity in which these guys are playing with. Tyreek Stevenson stepping into the cornerback one role after he was like everybody wanted him off the team last year. Now he's the number one corner on the team, doing good. I mean, Olave got him a couple of times yesterday, but overall he's still holding it down. You know, a cornerback is a position where you're gonna get got sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So Tyreek Stevenson, his confidence, the way he's playing. Jaquan Brisker had a sack from his safety position. Kyler Gordon had a sack from his nickel cornerback position. And like I said, Tremaine Edmonds had a sack from his outside linebacker position. So look at where you're getting pressure from. And Montez Sweat had a strip sack from his defensive end position. So you got a safety getting a sack, a cornerback getting a sack, an outside linebacker getting a sack, and an edge rusher getting a sack. Like all that variance, I think, is going to really play well for the Bears as the season continues to roll on.
Yeah, they needed some kind of game like this to give life to that defense. Even though there was
Oh yeah.
weather implications, like if that was
Mm-hmm.
truly the case, you would have saw a little bit more success from that Saints defense too. I wasn't paying
Yep.
much
Mm-hmm.
attention to the defensive side of the ball, so that's why I kind of just let you have at it once you started to get real deep
Yeah.
into it. Because with the Sunday ticket and with fantasy, I
Mm-hmm.
normally
Oh
just see
yeah.
the
A lot going
offensive.
on.
I see the offense on one side, and then I switch to the next one, and
Yeah.
I'm like, let me see what this offense is doing over here.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Following your players. I feel you on that.
but it was a good win for them. I know people look at the Saints, they probably
Yeah.
look at the weather, they'll look at stats and be like, well,
Mm-hmm.
was it really? Well, I mean, for the defensive side, for a team that
Oh, yeah.
needs to kind of get that unit together, like
Yes, sir.
there was a lot of good things from that game, man.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
one of them was DeAndre Swift, the guy you just traded for,
Oh yeah. Yep.
who they needed that. I mean, not just Swift, but who's the other guy that went crazy?
Kyle
Um,
guy,
yep.
seventh round pick from Rutgers. Yep.
He looked fucking good.
Runs like a runs like a beast. Like a fucking beast.
Like a
We
bowling
need
ball.
that. We need that one cut runner, man. We need that so bad. So that's like slept on thing, but like that's if you're a Bears fan, that's one of the biggest things that happened on Sunday was our seventh round rookie out of Rutgers, just
Hmm.
like Isaiah Pacheco was a seventh round running back out of Rutgers. I mean, you get somebody like that could transform your run game and give a little bit of thunder to DeAndre Swift's lightning. And one reason, and we could get into the fantasy stuff a little bit more, but one thing I want to say that ties into the Bears. So, we all know this is Ben Johnson's first year as a head coach. He was the most, touted head coaching, candidate in years with the Wolves. We all know this stuff. What he showed, he said this out of his own mouth during the bye week. He said, I haven't focused on the pass game. I haven't focused on trying to get the weapons involved. All bye week, I've been focusing on the run game and our quick screen game. Quick screen game still leaves a lot to be desired, but that rain, that slipperiness, that's
Hmm.
whatever. But he really, focused in on the run game. He changed his left tackle for a left tackle that could protect better in the run. I don't think Theo Benedict is a better pass protector than Braxton Jones, but he's a much better run blocker. You know what I'm saying? Like the things he can do as a run blocker for an undrafted free agent out of Canada is pretty special. You know what I'm saying? He really can push that pile as a left tackle, which Braxton Jones can't. Braxton Jones holds up better in pass pro, but overall, you can tell what Ben Johnson wants his bread to be buttered with his running game, just like it was in Detroit. So he said, all I focused on our bye week was the run game. I didn't focus on any other part of any other aspect of our offense. And you see the performance against Washington and the performance against New Orleans coming out that bye week. I mean, I don't think the Bears have a chance to win a MVP this season, or not even Rookie of the Year or Defensive Rookie of the Year. One thing I think they have a chance at, and I'm gonna say this right now, is Coach of the Year. Because at 4-2, 4 wins in a row with Baltimore coming right up, if they beat Baltimore with a healthy Lamar returning and a healthy Roquan Smith returning, and Ben Johnson finds another way to get it done, whether this week he pours into the passing game or he still dials in on that run game or he locks in on the play action pass game, whatever, or the trick play game. We haven't seen the trick play since Dallas. And you would have thought like, oh, maybe he's going to keep pulling those out. He might be saving that. You know what I'm saying? So I think he has a shot at that Coach of the Year with 4 wins in a row. The game versus Baltimore this Sunday is crucial.
Hmm.
I think, like I said, the only top award I think any Bear is going to win this season would be Coach of the Year, and I think he has an outside chance, but he has a chance to get it.
And especially with that running game, because to get, I know you focused it, you had success on in Washington, and then you go to the Saints and
It
had
was
that
even better versus Saints.
in that environment where that's what you expected, and it looked the way that it looked.
Exactly.
The real
Hmm.
test for sure is going to be against Baltimore, even though they're one
Oh
of the
yeah.
worst rush defensive teams.
Hmm.
That's still going to be
It's
the
still
real
Baltimore
test.
in
Yeah,
Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I see what you're
If
saying. No
if
matter what their numbers are, it's still the Ravens in their home.
if
You know what
that
I'm
running
saying?
game is for real right now, which I do believe, at some point it was about getting it going. Everyone thought it was just
Yep.
going to be via trade, but it's happening via a
Hmm.
guy that he's. I mean, Ben Johnson was there when
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift was there, so he
Yep.
knows him. He knows his weaknesses. He knows his strengths. He's now starting to get into DeAndre Swift. At least is now starting to get to a groove. If he can do it against
Oh yeah.
Baltimore, it's for real now. Like
Hmm.
passing and rushing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. And that was one of the reasons why I decided to pull that trigger on the trade for Swift and depth, is because I heard out of Ben Johnson's mouth, I only cared about fixing our run game, and I've seen
Mm,
that he's fixed it at least these last 2 weeks. And on the Buffalo Bills side, they saying they're trying to keep James Cook fresh for the playoffs. So I was like, I know James Cook is, been my MVP, still going to do his thing. But once I heard their coach and their offensive coordinator talking like that over there in Buffalo, and I hear Ben talking like he's talking, I'm like, okay, we'll see what we can do. Maybe it could be not so much of a landslide as far as, what Swift is for the rest of the season and what Cook is for the rest of the season.
you got to
You know what I'm
project.
saying? Of course,
Yeah.
the first 4 weeks or whatever, it wasn't even close. Like James Cook was like an MVP candidate, and DeAndre Swift was disappointing. Well, the last 2 weeks, week 5 and week 6, I think week 6 and week 7 because the Bears had a bye week, but these last 2 weeks, he's out producing him. But we'll see how it goes. It's a projection. It's just hearing what the coaches and the offensive coordinators are talking about, and so like being a Bears fan and you know following what they got going on, I was like, okay, I think Swift is going to have a pretty good year because, Ben Johnson wants to run the ball more than he wants to do anything. And he wants to pull explosives off the run game. You know what I'm saying? He wants explosive pass plays to come off of their run. When Ben Johnson took over, he said, my goal is to make the same things look different and different things look the same. That's his offensive philosophy. He
Yeah.
wants you to think something and see something else come off of it, or he wants you to think, oh, they do this all the time, and then they do something totally different. You know what I'm saying? And he's been true to that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? If Caleb hasn't had the accuracy issues he's had so far this season, I mean Caleb's completion percentage is worse than it was last year at this point. He was a 64% completion percentage quarterback last year at his first 6 games. This year he's at 61%. So there's a lot left to be desired in that passing game. There's a lot to clean up, and there's a lot that's going to be coming as the season progresses. So I mean, it's exciting times. The Bears got 4 wins in a row, but they were also 4-2 last year. It's a totally different vibe, totally different feel. I mean, they had beat the Titans last year. They beat some bottom dwellers last year, but this year, they got some good wins.
Mm,
People
no,
love the Commanders. Um, you
and
know
they
what I'm
haven't
saying? Getting
even
them,
gotten in. They haven't even got to DJ Moore to get in there yet. That tight
yeah.
ends, those tight ends, Cole
Colston
Komet.
Loveland, yeah.
Yeah. Once they get that shit fired on all cylinders, man, that offense is gonna look really good. Like I consider that team to almost look close to like what uh um the Chargers could be doing when they first started off. Like the Bears
Mm-hmm.
are starting to heat up. They're not even comfortable yet.
Yeah.
They don't
Not at
look.
all. I think
They,
they still got
yeah, they still
so
got
much room
some
for
ceilings
growth.
to hit. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
From the that's my trade partner right there, man. Gave me some depth and gave me the player I was targeting. So I appreciate it. I know people might not have seen where I was coming from as far as when I first made the deal, but I know a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? I know, I know my way around this a little bit. We're gonna see how it works though. Had to do something. I had too many injuries. I had no depth. I mean, you look at my bench. My bench is like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, or like point 0.5, point 0.4 type shit. So, I mean, I had no depth of injuries. Kind of derailed me. But that trade kind of got me new life. I almost won my game yesterday, but Keenan Allen had like 29 points on me for the Chargers, and then the Chargers running back did nothing for me, so that kind of just killed me off. I've been killed by Charger backup running backs in consecutive weeks now, but I think we're heading in the right direction. Hopefully, get Aaron Jones back. Hopefully, Big O comes back here in the next couple of weeks, and we're gonna keep it running. I'm trying to trade for a wide receiver though. I need a starting wide receiver, so
Uh,
I'm gonna have to put some stuff out there.
I got one for you.
All right, we're gonna talk. Unless you want to talk right now, I'm down to talk right now. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do on Two Shades of Game. You know what I'm saying? We can
Uh,
iron out the details right here, right now, or we could do it later
uh,
on. It's up to you.
Let me get Bill O'Brien for Garrett Wilson.
Bill O'Brien.
Who's Bill O'Brien?
Bill and Brian.
Oh yeah. That's done. Krosky Moret and Brian Thomas Jr. That's done.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
Shit.
that's done.
There,
Damn.
there it is.
Why,
That's done.
why can't all trades be this easy?
That's done.
What did I miss? What's the trade? Veto.
Garrett,
Veto.
No.
he's trading Bill Krosky Merritt and Brian Thomas Jr. for Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
To that you say what, Danny? What do you say to that? Let me hear you.
I think it's a good trade. It's a good trade.
I think it is too.
I think it is too. That's a good
That
trade.
helps. That helps both of us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from with the bet with the James Cook trade. I get where you're coming from, but I felt like you didn't have to make a trade or like rush into it because you're 5-1. You could have gave up 2 weeks and still been in the running for that top spot. The first two
Yeah.
positions get a bye week, and even if you're
Mhm.
not there, you're the only one in the league that has the luxury of being able to choose where you win and how you like if where you lose and who you want to face in that first round if you start to lose a couple because of injuries. That's the only I was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you could have went that route, but the Swift off of week one, it paid off. You still have Myers, you know what I'm saying? I felt like you could have got T Higgins out of there. It all depends too if you even
Yeah.
like T Higgins. It all depends.
Yeah. No. Me and Sean, if Sean doesn't mind me talking about our discussions on the pod, we were talking Brock Bowers, we were talking T Higgins to go along with Swift. He felt like that's giving me too much, but he was right. I had to meet him in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Because Cook was coming off two, call it bad games. You know what I'm saying? So
No, yeah.
obviously Cook is who he is, but if you're coming off two bad games, that Bills offense, things are looking ugly over there. I don't want to say he used that leverage against me, but we had to, be rational. You know what I'm saying? We had to meet in the middle, I would say. And I wanted Swift and I wanted depth. You feel me?
I kind of want to see this what is it called? See how this shit's gonna turn out for what's his name for Sean, because Sean is making some moves. I don't know what his team looks like next week, but I don't know what Puka looks like. I don't know how long he's gonna be out. I think they got a bye coming up, so
Yeah.
he could be out till after the bye, from what I'm hearing.
From what it's looking like, I'm gonna be losing until week 10. Week 10 is my week. That's when Bowers is coming back. Would be Wilson coming back, but Wilson, I guess not. Puka coming back. So everybody should be back and off of a bye. And so that's my hope.
Yes, sir.
So how you feeling, Danny?
Good stuff. How you feeling over there, Danny?
I'm feeling great, bro. I'm feeling real great, confident. I'm very, very secure on my team right now. I know I definitely lack some bench guys, but I feel like my team is so powerful. I don't really need it. I can lose one or two stars and be good.
Yeah, you definitely got some dogs over there for sure.
Yeah. So right now I'm on like if I take a trade, it'll be a trade like I can't refuse. Like I said in the group chat, like I just can't refuse it. Some crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
even with you with your James Cook, like you could have got it. You could have got so much. You could have got so
You
much.
wanted Cook and Judkins, Danny.
Oh yeah,
So I don't really.
I'm not saying for me, not for me, for
No,
somebody else.
and I put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, I canvassed the league.
Oh,
I
okay.
canvassed the league. I didn't just settle for the first thing that was offered to me. I talked to multiple people in this chat right now about Cook deals, and multiple of our other guys out there. We never just could come to that deal, other than Sean was willing to give me exactly what I was asking for, to a certain extent.
Yeah, I sent them like 15
Why do
different
you feel like you
trades.
need to trade though? Like, why do you feel that way? You're like Javi said,
Just a
you're number one in the league. You're what was it, 5-1 at the
5-1
time.
at the time. I wanted to give myself a chance to get back in the win column, or just get some points, man. Like the injuries, you got to think, bro. My first round pick is done. My third round pick, Aaron Jones, has been out since who knows how long. Omarion Hampton out. Like I've dealt with a ton of injuries. You know what I'm saying? I needed something to supplement my team, and I still need more to even get back into the position I was in previously. So I needed to do something to get the ball rolling. Now make another deal, and then start to get my team to look back how I wanted it as we get healthy. As we get healthy, we should be fine. But I needed something to supplement, and then James Cook, like, I heard from the Bills coach and offensive coordinator, their plan is to keep him healthy for the playoffs this season. So I don't know what his usage is going to look like for the rest of the year. He's probably going to ball 9 times out of 10, but it gave me more willingness to part with him. I'll just say that. Because that was my favorite pick of my whole draft. You can ask Hob. I've been talking about James Cook since the night we drafted. I've been like, James Cook, James Cook, James Cook. But then you see he started to slow up, and they started saying, well, we're trying to keep him fresh. And I'm like, well, I need a workhorse. Marion's gone. Judkins had one bad game, so I would say I panicked a little bit with that too. I'm like, damn, is Judkins going to hit some type of rookie wall? So, I had my little moment of having to do something.
Judkins looks like fucking Beast Mode 2.0.
I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. So, I want a lot of running backs. I want variants. I want young players, but now I know I need some certified dogs. Because I'm looking at you guys. I'm looking at Danny's team. I'm looking at Team Skeezy. I'm looking at Sean's team. I'm looking at Cash's team. I'm looking at Hobbs' team. I'm looking around now, and I'm like, okay, these guys have Pro Bowl caliber players. And I'm like, I got young guys and injured guys. So it's like I'm kind of had to figure something out.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
Feel that.
He did what people are supposed to do, which is trade week to week to build their team and get wins, not just sit there and hope that you got all the best players at the end with a terrible record.
And I had a real chance to get back in that win column. I had a real chance. Like I said, Keenan Allen snapped and Jamar Chase snapped. That's why I didn't win. Yeah. And I played Caleb Williams, and Caleb had like 6 fantasy points. If I played, Baker or CJ tonight, I have a chance to still win that game. So now I'm looking at, okay, we got a little bit of depth again. We have a little bit of variance. We could do this, we could do that, and still try to get back in that win column.
Yeah, but just to get on to what Sean said, because he was saying that's what kind of like is supposed to happen, and it's not really, because especially in someone like Ajan's position, but even in a position where like I'm at, right? I had 2 chances to win a game, and I didn't play the right players, which cost me those games, which is why I never entertained, which is why I was just taking offers, but never seriously was thinking about trading CD, because I didn't get anything that blew me away. And then bad management led to losing those 2 games. So now I'm looking at bye weeks and saying, how can I afford to lose my best players during these bye weeks? I can't really now. I'm 1-4. I need to kind of see about doing something now. It could be too late, but maybe not. So I need to trade a bye week for an A1 type of guy that doesn't have a bye week, and then the opportunity came just like that. But I could have probably stuck with my guns, kind of like how Cash. I wish Cash was here. I could have stuck with my guns and kept CD up until that week 10, and then traded CD for what? For the low, because someone's saying, well, I'm about to buy him, I'm about to trade him in a bye week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not going to invest in a bye week this late in the season because I'm trying to win a game. Shit's going to be
Oh
close.
yeah.
So now I bet against
Mm-hmm.
myself. So now I'm not trading for the best value. I'm trading for what you feel like your value is for my player. Like how you said yesterday when I said I want to trade Rashee Rice, you were like, well, everyone wants to buy him low. Well, of course, right? It makes sense. No one wants to make a fair trade for an A1 type of player. What they want to do is they want to just package guys to try to get them at their lowest cost. I've never been that kind of person to do that. When I'm down, when I'm up, never been the kind of person because I'm never going to give away somebody. But I strongly feel that I still have one of the best teams in the league as long as guys are able to get going. Like the guys that are supposed to get going, the Trey McBrides who haven't showed up yet, McLaurin who hasn't showed up yet, the DK Metcalf to a degree doesn't have all the targets that I thought he would have. He's just having these big plays that are kind of making up for those targets. The what is the name? Damn, who's the other guy? I got my roster right here. But there's so many different players on my team that haven't even scratched the surface yet to the season that they're just starting so late. Once they start to scratch that surface, DJ Moore, Chase Brown, the injury to Joe Burrow. Chase Brown is now who he is because Joe Burrow is out and that offense looked a little bit stagnant. It's going to start picking up again. Now that they started to get that passing game going, you see what's happening with Chase Brown. He just had 100 yards against a pretty decent defense. They're not the best, but it's the Steelers at the end of the day, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like how it is the Ravens, right? So
Yep.
you start to gain momentum, plays start to gain momentum. I'm not about trading guys at the very lowest value. Just not something I'm going to do. So although to a degree you can be right, Sean, but it's more circumstance than anything. Like for someone in my position, it's not necessarily true. But I could have went that route early
Well,
on if I just decided, you know what,
well,
I'm gonna just
I
trade CD early.
I think that trade that you made, it got you out of that position. I honestly do. And I feel like now, after these wins you've picked up, you could try to look and see if you can get CeeDee Lamb back.
Why would I do that? Why would I pair two bye weeks?
Or, well, once that bye week passes, you know.
I still get an A1. You got to think about how this trade went down. So I traded CD Lamb. First I traded Calvin Ridley for DJ Moore. And then I traded CD Lamb for Calvin Ridley and Nico Collins. I added more depth to a team that has depth and added a tier, maybe not a tier one wide receiver one, but a tier two wide receiver one. Someone who still hasn't even scratched his ceiling yet. Like he's playing mid right now. He's considered to play mid, averaging 14 points a game. This is a team that still has not scratched the surface. I have so much depth that I could still make a move. And there was a move that's still pending, but thank God McBride did what he did. Thank God Bo Nix did what he did. Thank God my team is really starting to show out because now people are going to look and say, you know what? Let me buy into this depth because I got guys that I could do a 2-for-1 on. And I might want to get me a McBride and somebody to trade away a good running back. Or I might want to get, a one-on-one for a Rashee Rice for a good running back. And I don't even need the best running backs. I'm not looking at a specific team. What I'm looking for is positional need as I see fit because I've still yet to see some guys perform the way they're supposed to. Once McLaurin comes back and shows me what he can be, or maybe not, DJ Moore really kind of starts to get going as that offense starts to get going. Like the sky's the limit. I mean, Chris Godwin too. Who knows? We don't know yet with Chris Godwin. That offense is still been been dealing with injuries that once they all come
Mm-hmm.
back, all three of them, Chris Godwin could be a sneaky slot guy that becomes Baker Mayfield's number one target while he's not going to see any double teams. So there's my explanation for that. I wish Cash was here so he could hear it because he was telling me, he said in the group chat that Walt and I messed up the league because Walt traded Bucky. I'm assuming Walt traded Bucky to Danny and I traded CD to Danny. But realistically, because he thinks that we panicked, but realistically, I'm building something while still maintaining relevancy. Yeah, I gave up a dog in CD to a really good team, but I didn't get Javonte Williams back for Ashton Genty. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I didn't just get, like, I got essentially what is Nico Collins, DJ Moore, and Calvin Ridley. So if you look at it from a depth perspective and stacking on a team that can give you options, I traded an elite player to an elite team and got a perfect package. That's the way that I see it. I should clip this, put it on TikTok.
No, I think that was a good trade. And yeah, I feel like you've positioned yourself to, you have enough depth. Now you can start going for those specific guys that you want. And you can start giving away 2-for-1s to get, now you can be picky.
Yeah, and not no bad to some good 2-for-1s. I can I can package a Rice with somebody, or I can package a something with somebody, because these running backs, although they've been amazing and great, I'm specifically talking about the Kyron Williams, specifically talking about Josh Jacobs. Bijan is going to be what he is, but the trends that I'm seeing are that Corum is starting to eat into snap percentage. Josh Jacobs is starting to ease down on some of that percentage, some of that workload, even though it doesn't look like it based on his productivity. And then also, I mean, CMC is just a guy that nothing's happening with him. He's just doing what he's doing. A-Chain is one of those guys that's doing what he's doing. Jonathan Taylor is one of those guys that's just doing what they're doing. But when you got a Saquon out there, and then when it maybe, I could be wrong, but Devin starts to see Kyron Williams start to decrease that volume. Josh Jacobs maybe start to decrease. Maybe he wants to get rid of that to straighten his wide receiving room, and then he looks at Ray Shee in November and say, you know what? I think I might take that trade. Let's go ahead and revisit it. So
yeah, they say
planting the seeds.
Bucky Irving. They say Bucky Irving might not come back and get his full job back.
Yeah, Rashad White's balling.
No, that may
productive.
be possible.
Might be more of a split, maybe like a 60-40, 55-45 split, because Rashad White's still showing that he can ball.
That is facts, man. That is facts. I definitely have buyer's remorse when it comes to Bucky Irvin, giving up Scatterboo. I have a little bit of buyer's remorse. Can't lie about that, because I like Scatterboo, and he was one of my like picks I believed in early. Nobody believed in.
Yeah.
So you feel me? Now that he's doing awesome, kind of like, damn, I just traded him away for essentially a guy that's gonna just get a 50-50 job when he gets back.
And Scatterboo gets that goal line work too.
Every time.
So I feel you.
Yeah, but Scatterboo
too. He inched back. He got some work from Scatterboo yesterday. Some good work, especially because they were in a shootout. So if Tyrone Tracy starts to do that a little bit more, gives him, because he's a playmaker. He's a wide receiver turned to a running back that is agile. That guy can work. Like, he shows a couple flashes. Dable's gonna love it. He's gonna be like, you know what? I might want to use this a little bit more in the passing game. Sure, Scatterboo is a better blocker, but when you need someone that can make a play for you, Scatterboo can do it, but he does it in such a way where it's like he doesn't need to put himself in those positions. And if he gets hurt, Tyrone Tracy's game back. Tyrone Tracy that's his Singletary and Tracy back in again.
Let me go pick up Tyrone Tracy. Where he at?
I mean, it's possible, but it's possible that's not, like, but I'm just giving a just example, like maybe this could happen. It's very possible.
The other thing too is Scatterboo headbutts everything, so he might just get a concussion when you need him the most. Yeah. So maybe you got rid of a time bomb.
Who, me?
That's fact.
Yeah,
probably.
He leads with the crown of his helmet at least 5 to 10 times a game.
Yeah.
You might have saved yourself with that
He
trade.
knows he knows what he's doing. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but a lot of people don't play physical like that no more. So he's kind of bringing something different, throwing something different at those
Yeah,
linebackers and safeties, trying to stop
he
him.
plays like an old school football player, like an
Mike
old school
Allstott,
ass nigga.
like
Yeah,
just you know what I'm saying? Just Jerome Bettis, just lower my shoulder, lower my head, let's move.
yeah, real violent. That nigga plays real
Like
violent.
one of them corn-fed
Yeah.
guys with missing teeth,
It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. I'll
like
say
a
that.
hockey player.
Like Jackson Dart looked amazing until that last part of the game where he was just throwing shit in the air. Anything could have happened, but Jackson Dart looked good. That offense is gonna be something crazy, especially when Neighbors comes back. Man,
They're looking into like a Waddle, and they're looking into trying to get some pieces on that receiving core before the deadline. So the main one I've heard is they're trying to get Jalen Waddle from Miami. So see what that happens. See what happens with that.
amazing. Jalen Waddle, and then with Neighbors when he comes back.
Yeah.
What's up,
Neighbors is
Cash?
coming back.
No, I'm talking about
No,
next
he won't
year.
be back till next year.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm talking about next year. It'd be
Oh
something crazy
yeah.
though, man. I'm looking forward to see what's gonna happen with this season because unlike any other season, there hasn't been as many moves compared to like any other previous seasons. This is the most moves anybody's made, especially for myself. I don't normally make these many moves, but I didn't love my roster when it started. I liked it a lot. I liked the depth, but I wasn't in love. I needed to move guys.
Yeah.
I needed to move a guy. Like my first thing was okay. I had Connor. That was my first guy I was gonna move, and I needed to move him for upside. I was thinking about upside plays, and the when I found out that Ken Walker might be available, I'm like, okay, that's some good upside, but also with the upside, it's the name. So
Yeah.
I was able to flip that what I felt like for would be more consistency in Sutton. It could bite me in the ass though when any given day he's one of those kind of playmakers. It
hmm
could bite me in the ass, but I like the Sutton
But I
pick.
mean, you talking about somebody eating up somebody else's work. I mean, Zach Charbonnet
Yeah,
they love him over there in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? They love him more and more each year as each week goes by. So,
yeah,
he's really aided to Kenneth Walker's, touch ratio and all that carry ratio.
yeah. Seems like Kenneth Walker doesn't even get in the game when it comes to red zone, but
Yeah.
I need to continue
head.
just building.
Do y'all feel like this year it just seemed like there's more players or just A1 guys? It's just because it's like it's not like there's just one team that's like, oh, like it's about like 4 or 5 like best teams in
Yeah,
here.
it's spread
Like
out. It is spread out.
like it started off like Devin just looking like the only good team, but now like Danny's team look crazy. My team looks crazy if you look at it like and squint your eye a little bit. Asian team look crazy. Like
They really
Javi's
back.
team, Javi's team is like low key crazy, but like it's
It's not performed
Yeah, it's
yet.
spread out.
Yeah,
Cash
It's
got
about.
some dogs on there. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
a Gus. Gus got a pretty dope team. Like
Oh yeah.
it's it's not a lot of bad teams.
I mean, I think that's a reflection of what the NFL season's like because there
hmm
so many teams are like 3-3 or you know what I'm saying, like even
Four and
record.
three, 3-3, 3-4. Like it's all kind of bunched up. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. So I think because of that, there's not much parity in the league. So it's like when everybody is kind of bunched up in that same kind of like that tier, a lot of people are underperforming, people are overperforming,
Oh yeah.
and those overperformers are taking advantage of the teams that are just not performing well. So you get guys like
Exactly.
an Odunze, you get a lot of sleepers. That's what's happening this year. I think more
hmm
sleepers than any year. Like Jake Ferguson was picked in the 10th round. You have a what's his name? Uh
Javante Williams.
Javante Williams,
Yeah, Javante Williams.
Rome Odunze, you have who else has been consistent? Emeka Egbuka, Keenan Allen, Quentin
hmm
Johnston,
And
so
Jigba.
Well,
Yep,
he
JSN.
was a little earlier, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah. He's a primetime player, primetime pick.
for a fourth round pick, I think he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's been fun for sure. You just gotta stay on top of everything, man. Just stay in the know.
So how do you identify like true contenders, like fantasy wise and like real football wise, like when there's so much inconsistency in the way that teams are playing?
Yeah, well, you want to go first, Ron? You want to take that first?
I think you really it's just gonna come down to any given Sunday. I think because there's no like clear cut advantage. I mean, Devin to an extent, but it's like everyone is creeping up right to his tail,
Yeah,
and
everybody
it's
trying to fix their
like,
rosters.
and I like the movement because it's like everybody traded their good players away, but somehow everyone's team is better. Like,
Yeah, no, for real. Had to make adjustments. Everybody had to make adjustments. I think everybody knows ball. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody has a good baseline knowledge of football in our league.
Yeah. It's and also too everyone's sharing information. So the fact that people aren't afraid, because there could be this could be a league where it's just like I'm just not gonna say shit. I'm not gonna like, you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
give these tips. I'm not gonna say this and that. Like at the end of the day, it is just an opinionated game based on what
Yep.
you think. You gather the facts, you make your opinion, and you go with it. So nothing is ever 100% factual in fantasy football because you're just forming an opinion based off the facts. So it's whatever you believe in, and the fact that people aren't afraid to share what they believe in, I think is what makes it dope
Yep.
too. Like having this podcast and be able to talk about shit, what's
Yeah,
really
that's
making this
hard.
season dope. Like for sure.
Yep.
it is. This is definitely the most fun year by far.
Oh yeah, it's just been dope as hell.
So
Everyone, those guys that left last year are missing out.
so who like
And
I
I
want
be pulling this shit up at work. Like I be pulling up our rosters at work, asking coworkers, what y'all think? Like I'm talking about because I work on a mobile, I work on a computer for most of my day. So I'm walking around the warehouse on the computer. Like I may go over to Outbound where they're in the trailer, like, hey, y'all play fantasy football? Come check this out. You know what I'm saying? So I gather opinions. I got people invested into our league. Feel me?
so who
At
would
my
like
job.
for you guys, like who would be your like your players that you would think? I mean, it's not yet at the second half of the season, but we're getting close, right?
Getting there, yeah.
Who are the guys that you kind of expect to break out that you may be targeting? Or is that a little bit too much into like giving out information?
Well, my secret weapon, I just traded him to Sean during this podcast because I feel like Brian Thomas Jr. is eventually going to have, he's going to get his numbers eventually. They're not there yet, but they're coming. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think people, what I kind of had to remind myself was that even though Brian Thomas Jr. popped as a rookie, this is a new offense, new offensive system, new philosophies. Liam Cohen wants to run the ball, wants to get the ball to the running backs even more than their last, previous regime did. So, like, I know the Brian Thomas Jr. ascension is coming. I just don't know if I can wait on it. You know what I'm saying? Because of what happened with my injuries. So, he was my guy where I was like, this is going to pop off. Him and Rome are going to be stacking good games at some point during the season, but I can't really wait on that right now.
So
Especially because Rome just kind of fell off for 2 weeks now. After I said he was fucking Larry Fitzgerald, I knew I was kind of jinxed my boy, but he's coming back. He's coming back though, for sure.
yeah, I think for me, I'm like adamant about Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers. Those are really my two guys, I think, simply because um, Lamar hasn't had the opportunity yet, other than earlier in the season. Something
Yeah.
has to come out of this. Whether it's gonna be, I mean, Sean said it too earlier. He could be like Lamar could sit out. Lamar could play this thing and be like, you know what, it's not worth me playing. The organization might be like, it's not worth me playing. It's worth
Yeah, I mean
just
they could look different.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes me nervous. It's like these guys with these fake injuries when things aren't going well. Like
Yeah,
it
that's a
just
fact.
like, and I don't know. Like, is it possible? Let's just say Lamar comes back this next week. Everybody's back
against the
healthy.
Bears. Yep, against my Bears.
Are they able to win and turn the season around, or are they done?
Man, at 1-5. The
Yeah.
only thing is, bruh, Pittsburgh just lost, so the division leader has kind of came back down with the rest of the bunch. They're at the very bottom, but it's not that big of a space. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so they
It's
have
more so condensed. So they're going to try to make a push, at least for the next, handful of weeks, starting with the Bears. I would say, of course, I'm a Bears fan, but the Ravens are going to try to kill the Bears and make an example out of Bears this Sunday. And that's going to be what they determine is their rest of their season. You know what I'm saying? If they smack the Bears 31-17, and the Bears are on a 4-game win streak, and you smack them up with Lamar returning, when Roquan Smith returning, you're captain of your offense, you're captain of your defense, then I think you're kind of like, okay, Pittsburgh just lost to the Bengals. The Bengals have Flacco. The Browns are the Browns. Like, we can still make some noise. We can still make this shit happen and wind up in the AFC Championship game after a 9-win season, because Buffalo is not running away with the AFC like we once thought. Kansas City's 4-3. They look like they're starting to roll now, but those 3 losses that they took at the early part of the season is going to keep their record from being 15-2, 16-1. They're probably going to be more like 11-6, maybe 10-7. You got a chance still in the AFC. None of the juggernauts, none of the premier teams did what we thought they would do, which is just run away with it. Buffalo is 4-2. Kansas City's 4-3. You got a lot. It's jumbled. The Ravens are gonna put all their eggs into this Chicago Bears basket on Sunday, and I think that's gonna really determine where they go for the rest of the season.
That's interesting. Remember in years past that that NFC South division, they would always be like a losing record would make the playoffs every year. So that's gonna be the AFC. What is it, the North?
Somebody gonna have 8 wins, 9 wins, and possibly win that division.
What do you do
with 8 or 9 wins?
What if you do if you're Baltimore and you barely sneak a win? Like 33,
this week
31.
Versus the Bears?
Yeah, you barely sneak it. It's a high scoring
You don't have
game.
many. Yeah, you don't have many wins this year, so you got to take them like you can get them. If you win, you just got to be elated. You have to be, because you're 1-5.
You don't think that gives you a little bit more like anxiety? Like, damn, our defense isn't what it is. Should we? Maybe they make moves, or maybe they're just like, Lamar, look, you're gonna go through the ringer in these next couple months. You just got to go through it.
Yep, just develop.
I mean, well, because like I think if things had went normally, they would just put the season away. But to Ajan's point, it's like the Ravens had an excuse to lose all their games. These other teams,
schedule too.
These other teams, like the rest of the division, they were losing. Like it was the opportunity for the rest of the division to run away with it, and it's like the Ravens still have a chance just because the rest of the division lost. And then coming into this weekend, like if the Steelers or the Bengals lose again, like
you're right there.
Ravens is like a game or 2 behind.
Let me pose this question to you, Hav. You're running the Ravens. You canvass your division. You see the quarterbacks in your division. You're looking at Joe Flacco over 40, Aaron Rodgers over 40, and Dylan Gabriel that's not even 5'9", 5'10".
Yeah.
And you have Lamar fucking Jackson coming back healthy this week. What are you thinking? I still think I'm the best team in the division.
No, yeah. I'm thinking I'm the best team in the division too. The only reason I even posed the question of like, look, if the game is even close, like it's all the investments they made on the defense on the offseason are not paying out, right? They're going to have to think about something, because not all quarterbacks, especially I think Lamar Jackson, can handle the kind of work that a Josh Allen could come from behind. Could Patrick Mahomes come from behind. What we're seeing from fucking Dak Prescott didn't even need to put up 40 points, and somehow they fucking still pull it off as if he expected the defense to be horrible. Can Lamar do that consistently with a bad defense? He's always had a decent to good defense.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Do you expose your quarterback to your division? in case if he
You
doesn't.
want to say something, Cash? Just Cash want to ask something?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I had audio issues.
Yeah, you're in there loud and clear.
Oh, okay. What's the question? Just about Lamar? Y'all disrespectful with Lamar. I don't care.
No,
I think-
no, we're Lamar
I'm not-
fans.
Y'all
No,
Lamar.
we're
Lamar
just
is the
saying.
best quarterback in the league. Okay, he's even better than Josh Allen. Y'all are disrespectful. Anybody that can save that team is Lamar Jackson. He can put the cape on. Yes, I said it. Lamar can do it. I don't care. Lamar can get it done.
I think we're with
So Lamar's
you.
beating the Bears on Sunday. Is that what you're saying, Cash?
You can. Yeah.
Is he? Is he beating them and turning the season around on Sunday?
Who's home?
Huh?
Who's home? Who's
I want
home?
to say Baltimore.
Okay, if Lamar plays, yes, I'm taking Lamar.
Okay.
Y'all got me inspired. Let me go trade Drake May.
Let's do that.
Oh shit.
I mean,
I'm
when he offered that to you, I was like, okay, that's interesting. And it, I mean,
dropped.
that was interesting. I mean, but you are giving up an ascending quarterback sometimes in those seasons. You don't trade those Caleb Williams. You don't trade those those Drake Mays. You don't trade the Jaden Daniels.
Jaden last year.
Because it
CJ
costs you
Stroud the year
nothing.
before that.
It costs you nothing to have those players because you either got them really late or you got them through the waivers. So when you trade the nothing for something, it's like, do I want to do that?
You got to hold on to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a free asset.
Yeah.
That's a free asset.
Damn.
Shit.
But don't let that stop you though. If you really like Lamar, because I think Cash, would you do it? A Drake May and a couple complimentary pieces for Lamar.
Yep.
Okay,
I would too.
There you go.
I mean, I wasn't until y'all inspired me. You know, I'm paranoid of them wrapping the season up. But
Lamar is still Mr. MVP. Okay. Yes. It's way too early for anybody to give up on the season, Sean. Way too early. A lot can happen. Somebody can get hurt at any week. A pivotal person, a quarterback, anything. It is way too early to give up on the season if you're the Baltimore Ravens. They could make a trade or two, and they can get the pieces that they might feel like they're missing. It's just too early for a team like that, for Baltimore, for the Buffalo Bills. It's too early for them, those types of teams, to give up on the season.
Yeah, I mean, you see the Chiefs. The Chiefs were sitting at 1-3 at one point. They're now 4-3.
Right.
Let me go get Derrick Henry too. Then you saying there's still a chance?
I think so.
But
I have a hot take. I have a Baltimore Ravens hot take.
Oh, we gotta do it. What's up?
Let's look into my crystal ball here a little bit. I do not think the Ravens play their way back into contention. I think they play their way back into 7, 8, 9 wins and maybe make the playoffs. I think next year, Brian Flores is the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens.
No.
The Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator is going to be the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens next year.
You think they give up on Harbaugh because what would be the reason?
If they only win 7 games or so?
Yeah, he on a hot seat.
I already think he's on the hot seat. I already think they want something new, just something different. Remember, we're talking about the same thing with Mike Tomlin? Yep. Not the fact that he failed, but just like maybe a new voice. I think the same thing with old boy McDermott out there in Buffalo. I think Josh is starting to give me that offensive genius in here. And I think for Baltimore, they want to reestablish their culture of tough, gritty defense. Who's the best defensive coordinator in football, you guys? It's Brian Flores. I think if the Ravens are to move on from Harbaugh, I think they bring in Brian Flores. It didn't work for him in Miami with Tua. He thought Tua was too soft and XYZ, wasn't fucking with Tua. I think now he's had these years in Minnesota where he's just built himself back up as a defensive genius, a defensive guru, runs the best shit in the league. I mean, if you watch Minnesota and their defensive packages, their disguises, their blitz combos, their looking like they're all coming, dropping back into zone. I mean, he does that better than anybody. Like,
So,
I'm a Bears fan, so I see him do it to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very confusing playing against a Brian Flores defense. So you put that over there with Lamar, I think that is a real possibility. And then I think maybe that's what takes Lamar Jackson to a Super Bowl, type of quarterback, having that defense back. Like you just said, Lamar's always used to having a either solid or pretty damn good defense, and they're the worst in the league right now. So I think you know how teams overreact. You know how it gets narrative based. Oh, our defense sucks. We hired Brian Flores. Now it's better. Now we're all good now. You know what I'm saying? I could really see something like that happen. That's my hot take. I think Brian Flores ends up being the next coach of the Ravens next year.
Is it possible? Is it possible he's the next defensive coordinator of the Ravens?
Would he do a linear move? Just going from being from DC to DC? From Vikings DC to Ravens DC? Would you guys see something like that happen?
I mean, that's like it's a linear move, but it's like a promotion because you get to be on the Ravens instead of the Vikings.
That's a fact.
But
You should have paid more.
I agree with you though, to a certain degree, Ajon. I don't see them doing that type of move. But if you're gonna go from a DC, you want to go to a head. He's always wanted a head coaching job. What happened on the Dolphins? He's upset about.
Yeah.
I don't know if a defensive team, right? They are a defensive team, but when you got someone like Lamar Jackson, I don't know if you're gonna get rid of John Harbaugh for another DC. Like, I would think maybe they would go to an offensive coordinator, something like a Shane Steichen. Like, because I feel like they got talent on offense and they don't do shit with it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Offensive genius. That's the hot shit. Let's get an offensive genius.
Those
the other thing too,
quarterbacks don't mix.
The other thing to consider too is like, no disrespect to Lamar, but it's very possible that Lamar and Harbaugh are just a match made in heaven, and if you disrupt that,
maybe it's not the same.
They did tell him to be a receiver at the combine.
At the combine, that was
for a reason.
No, Sean. There was no good reason for that.
Yeah, there was no good reason. There was no good reason.
and
Harbaugh almost won 2 Heismans in a row at quarterback, Sean.
And Harbaugh believed in him. And unlike most quarterbacks who step into a new team, Harbaugh just worked into him and built everything around him. Yes, that's the word. Poured into him. Where, most of these coaches, like we see Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll, trying to make everybody adapt to their style. They came in and molded around Lamar day one.
You don't know how many coaches said that. You don't know if a reporter said that. You don't know if a coach said that.
It was the Colts.
It was reported at the combine.
It was the Colts. It was the Colts. No, the
What's
Colts.
His name? He's not alive no more. He's not alive no
the
more.
OGM. He used to be the OGM of the Colts.
He used to be drunk too and shit.
And he used to be on ESPN.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not.
Boy, he rest in peace. You know what I'm saying?
I remember. I remember
his name.
I remember when that shit came out, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Fact,
I thought he was just racist. I was like,
exactly.
That was the craziest shit
So
I've ever heard.
You sure you don't want to try H-back or receiver? You sure H-back or receiver? Like, damn, man, that's fucked up.
Got caught selling dope or had dope in the car.
Yeah, like he was a wild boy.
I know you're talking about.
He was a wild boy, yeah.
Irsay, right, Jim?
Yeah, he got Peyton Manning got it there, brought Andrew Luck in. He was unpopular for that, and niggas were saying he was drunk at that time. Jim Irsay.
Yeah.
Jim Irsay and Chris Ballard. They were like a duo. They were doing a lot of fuck shit.
Yeah.
So who got the dopest fantasy team right now?
Too hard to say.
I'm improving. I'm just in the shadows right now. So
Bill Polian. Bill Polian.
There you go.
That's who it was. I had to look it up because I was like, it wasn't Jim Irsay. It was Bill Polian.
Jim Irsay was the owner. Irsay is the owner. Rest in peace. Bill Polian and Chris Ballard were the two.
Bill
front
Polian
office
said
people.
that crazy ass shit.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I don't think that all coaches or owners believe that, Sean. I just think that all it takes is one person to say that, and then it becomes a narrative.
Yeah, people run with it.
Especially being a black quarterback. But I don't think that.
Oh, I didn't feel that way. I was just saying, there is a lot of
you
these
did
mobile
say,
quarterbacks.
bro. He
But
said,
let's keep it.
There is a lot of these mobile
Let's
quarterbacks
keep
that
it
come out of
1,000.
college and they're dope in college and they get to the league and it's just not the same.
Lamar Jackson
Let's
is
keep
not
it
that.
1,000.
That's not Lamar.
Let's keep it 1,000.
Yeah.
Lamar almost won back-to-back Heisman. One that came in second in the other one. He didn't go till 32 in the draft in the first round. And a lot of quarterbacks, including Josh Rosen, Sam Darnold, went before him, and they went in the top of the first round. He didn't go to the 32nd pick. They traded back into the first round to take Lamar. So the Ravens had already passed on him, and then they trade back into the first round and take him at 32.
To get that fifth-year option.
But let's not act like he just was the number one overall pick or the hottest prospect. I mean, he's definitely done.
He should have been.
He's definitely done. He's
He
definitely done the work, and he's definitely improved and became a beast. I'm not gonna take that
because
from
they
him.
were acting like he was Terrell Pryor or some shit. Because I was getting annoyed with what the fuck was happening with Lamar.
Because he was fast.
Yeah.
He's fast. But that's the thing, Sean. It's not that he don't have talent. There's quarterbacks that go in the second round, the third round, the fourth round, okay? That doesn't matter. When you get drafted, it's the comment to say that you should be a wide receiver or running back is a racist comment.
It is.
Oh, it is.
Rooted
It
in
is. I don't agree with it at all because even as we see now, even if you can't, I know he can throw, but let's just imagine if he couldn't throw. Even if you couldn't throw, just being able to run and you're terrible at throwing, you can still do so much at the quarterback position today.
Well, I got a blast from the past for y'all. What's my boy's name? He used to play for the Steelers. Cordell Stewart.
Oh,
Cordell Stewart. That's the Cordell Stewart mantra right there. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't do a whole lot as a quarterback, but he had legs. You feel me? But his ass couldn't play quarterback.
Yeah,
Lamar Jackson is not Cordell Stewart.
Terrell Pryor.
Yeah, Terrell Pryor, he just had a go ball. He didn't really have much else as a quarterback.
He was just an athlete. Him, Tim Tebow, they were athletes. And they could play multiple positions. They weren't really good quarterbacks.
That's what I liked about.
It was.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, you good, bro.
That's what I liked about Bill Parcells. He was an old head, but Bill Parcells, I remember watching him with the Cowboys, and there was coming out at the time was he had a set of rules. I don't remember what it was, but he had a set of rules. The quarterback just had to meet the criteria of his standards in order for wanted to draft him or play him, and it wasn't about no other bullshit like the way Bill Polian tried to push. But
hell yeah.
These old heads are getting crazy.
I mean, let's be real. My boy Cam Newton came through in 2011 and changed a lot of this dual threat kind of conversation. When he came in and he was successful right away. And then RG3 was the next year. He was successful right away. They started really changing the narrative of the dual threat. Yeah. We could call it black quarterback, but now we got white quarterbacks that are dual threat. Like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So they really changed that wave in 2011, 2012 and on. You know what I'm saying? So you got to give them credit.
Quarterback his first couple years either until he got.
Yeah, he couldn't even hit 60% of his passes his first two seasons. Yeah. He was like a 56% completion guy.
Yeah, I'm not hating on Lamar. I'm just saying there's a lot of these good, talented quarterbacks who I do believe teams give up on too soon.
You're right.
Who they go to the wrong system or they go to a team that doesn't pour into them and it don't work. I feel like there's a lot of untalented quarterbacks who go to a good system and it works out great. So I'm just saying Harbaugh could be half of the reason why it's working out so well. And if you take
he's a successful coach.
And if you take that away, you could be disturbing, a sensitive recipe.
I do want to say real quick, we got some news. Tyler Lockett just got released from the Titans. Where do you think he's going?
Oh wow.
The Raiders.
Yep.
I can see that.
It did say he's expected to sign with another team. Like, he already has it. Like, basically, he has the deal. I think that's where he may go too.
Does Aaron Glenn survive the season?
The Raiders, man. We take every trash. You don't want somebody. The Raiders will take you. Pete Carroll, Lockett, we'll take you. We'll give you double years.
I hate this, man. I hate this. This shit should be illegal.
The retread shit.
How do you feel, Ajon, about? Yeah.
If that's true,
they're going to get rid of
Jacoby.
Yeah. So what if Jacoby goes to Seattle? Then or to the Titans? Is this going to be a trade that wasn't a trade?
Didn't y'all pay Myers? Didn't y'all pay Myers in training camp? Didn't even show up?
No. We refused to pay. We refused to trade him.
Oh wow. So they're fucked. You guys are fucked right now.
Yeah, and those young receivers are trash.
And the quarterback class in this draft coming up, I will make a little draft note. The quarterback class in this draft coming up, the Raiders aren't going to let nobody to change the shit around as far as the draft is concerned. So what do you got? Geno
Manning?
No, he's terrible.
He's not ready.
He's unseasoned.
Yeah.
He needs like 2 more years in college after this one.
Oh man,
there's no quarterback that's really going to change our team.
The quarterback class is very disappointing, very underwhelming. Cade Klubnik from Clemson was supposed to be good. He's been terrible all season. Garrett Nussmeier in LSU was supposed to pop. He has not. It's low key. Guys that were not on the radar coming into the season have played their way into a first round discussion, like Oregon's quarterback Dante Moore. Maybe you guys try him out, but he might be a flash in the pan. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has just been like 7 great games. He's never had a great game before the season. You got Mendoza from Indiana. He kind of, to me, seems like a backup quarterback, just playing really good in college. Lenoris Sellers, who I was big on, he's kind of like a Cam Newton, Josh Allen type. He has too many Anthony Richardsons and Justin Fields in him to be what I was hoping he could be. So, I mean, the quarterback class is thin this year, bro.
Just go get Shador. Shador is the Raiders' only hope, huh?
I would do that if I could.
The only thing the Raiders are going to do, the Raiders are going to pick the wrong quarterback, right? It'll be ass. Jamarcus 2.0.
I can see you guys picking Lenoris Sellers.
And then guess what? And then guess what? He goes some other team, a good organization, and he does well.
Yep. It's tough. It's so tough because this quarterback class is supposed to be really good, and it just has been so disappointing.
So the Raiders' opportunity was to get Cam Ward. That was their only hope.
They should have got Dart. They should have grabbed, I don't know. They only had a chance at Dart. He's the only one that showed anything. After Cam Ward, I mean, Cam Ward's having an awful rookie season, but we know what that could turn into, eventually. So, yeah, the Raiders, I don't know if you should have picked that running back this year. I think you probably should have invested into some more meat and potatoes of your team because you're going to have that running back, and he's going to be just like Josh Jacobs. He's going to be an all-pro, a Pro Bowler, and the wins are not going to follow up because quarterback position is going to be in flux. I don't know what you guys are going to do there. Daniel Jones is a free agent. The Colts have not, signed him. He's going to be available.
Hell no.
$55 million if you want Daniel Jones at $55 million after this year.
That is a Raiders thing to do. Go pay Daniel Jones all that money just for him to go over there and be ass.
Yeah.
I think that's something that might happen. That's a Raiders thing right there.
We're going to get Anthony Richardson.
I don't
Pete Carroll.
Justin Fields, I'm sure. Justin Fields just got benched, so I'm sure he's going to be out there fucking up somebody else's team.
Yeah, we're going to get that. Pete Carroll like mobile quarterbacks, project quarterbacks, and so does Chip Kelly. So I know
if
it's going to be.
If you niggas bring in Russell Wilson, you should just just stop. You guys should just say, okay, we're gonna take a break from the Raider fandom, and we're just gonna move on for a year or two because if that is what y'all do, is y'all bring in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields next year, just stop, Cash. Just stop supporting them until they do something right.
Yeah.
Oh, I already am. I'm already there.
Protest.
I got a question for y'all. How do y'all feel when these GMs, owners, coaches, like, they bring their guys with them? They bring their friends.
Oh, I see what you're
Like,
saying. It's a lot of that.
you know, you feel like it's a detriment to the team. Like, you're helping your buddy out, but now the team is suffering. You know, the Raiders.
I'll take that because I have a perfect example. So what Ben Johnson chose not to do is hire his buddies, is hire his friends. He didn't just pluck that whole Detroit staff. He got a couple people here and there, Antoine Randall, the offensive line coach. But other than that, he chose people who have been in his position more than him and have more experience than him. Dennis Allen, getting people who have been in these situations that he hadn't been in. And then he got JT Barrett, who, I don't know if you guys remember, the old Ohio State quarterback, not really an NFL player, but a real heady, smart guy, an up-and-coming coach.
I remember
he got
him.
people he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know these people. He wanted to put together a staff of, bright minds that could clash with him, that could bring other opinions to the table. And the complete opposite of that is Bill Belichick's last years in New England when he had his sons coaching positions they didn't know nothing about. One of his sons was the offensive line coach. Another one of his sons was the tight end coach, just had his kids working for him. And you see how that turned out. You know what I'm saying? So you see Ben Johnson, 4 wins in a row. They're being carried by that coaching staff right now in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? The coaching staff is doing the job. So I think that is a good point.
That's who the Raiders
Replace Bill Belichick's name with Pete Carroll on that last statement, because that's exactly what he did.
That's a fact. And I think his son works for him as well. I think Pete Carroll's son is working for him with the Raiders as their offensive line coach.
That's right. But we wanted Ben Johnson though.
Yeah, but he want to come where the future MVP is. The future MVP quarterback is in Chicago.
Yeah. And that's the problem, is that until the Raiders get a quarterback, we never gonna get those type of coaches.
I would say, bruh, maybe Dante Moore Jr. in Oregon, maybe he's the real deal. I don't know for sure yet. But if I'm the Raiders and I'm about to have the first or second or third pick, that's probably your only hope, is you guys pick him and he's for real. So far in college, he's been for real, but he's been a backup now. He was like a 5-star prospect coming out, but he's been a backup now for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
What about the UCLA kid?
Oh, he's not ready. He's like another Arch Manning. It's like, it's gonna take time if it even happens at all. Nico Imavea. If I gave you a top 5 quarterbacks out of college right now going to the draft, you wouldn't be impressed or excited. It's not what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like 4 or 5 franchise guys coming out this year.
Yeah, everybody
said right now.
Everybody said teams like the Titans and teams that took quarterback like the Giants, they should have waited till this year.
Should have waited, yeah.
Yeah.
This class was supposed to be loaded, starting with Arch Manning, and then Lenoris Sellers, and then Cade Klubnik, and then Nussmeier, and so on and so forth. And none of these guys have showed up. You're talking about this guy's name is like Frank Mendoza from Indiana. Nobody even knew who he was. Sam Levitt from Arizona State. Nobody even really knew who he was. And Dante Moore Jr., transferred to Oregon and sat behind who was their quarterback last year? Dylan Gabriel. And now, he's doing his thing this year and people are excited about him. But coming into the season, he was on nobody's draft radar. And that makes me nervous. That makes me a little bit nervous. If I'm drafting a franchise guy, I want him to have some, some steam going into his college career.
But
you want him to have some starts.
The crazy part is, like, how do you know, like, or not really how do you know, but it's like, what makes you think you got a franchise guy if you're putting him in a bad position? And how many years do you give him to figure out if he has if he's a franchise guy, if he's been in a bad position to start? Let's just say you give him 4 years and ain't nothing shook.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with that
Yeah, you
franchise
won like
quarterback?
you won
you-
like damn near 30 college starts, bro. You won like
you-
30, at least 30 starts in college. That's been more of the recipe for success as of late.
So you want to
It's
He's
see
guys
got-
who have played.
He's got to be him. Like you're either a savior, you're Mahomes, Burrow,
I'm gonna look it up.
who else? You're a savior, or you have to go to a good scheme.
Crazy.
You know,
It's crazy.
No in
because
between.
I would just when I mentioned the Bill Parcells rules, this is because I didn't know exactly
Mhm.
what they were, but I remember he had a criteria, and one of them is being a 3-year starter, a college senior who graduate, having at least 30 starts with 23 wins and a 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, along with a 60% completion percentage in college. He is not considering
That's
taking
genius.
you unless you meet that criteria.
so guess who he would be passing on? And let's talk about this.
All right, yeah.
Let's see who doesn't meet that criteria, right?
Do I look up the stats or
Anthony
you got?
Richardson.
Okay.
And-
No, I got you
Anybody-
off the top.
Anybody young?
Anthony Richardson, like 13 starts in college. Justin Fields, only 1 year as a starter at Ohio State. Trey Lance, like 11 games he only played in college. Zach Wilson, like 13 starts in college at BYU. Name bust after bust. They all had finite amount of time starting in college.
About Tua.
The only
Is
one who
Tua
had,
in
like,
there?
yeah, bro. Tua was too hurt. He never got to play. He should have been starting for a lot of years, but he was hurt. Jalen Hurts was there. He took the job from him. He gets hurt again. You know what I'm saying? So Tua didn't get that many chances to actually start games. Look who started a bunch of games. Justin Herbert, like 30 starts at Oregon. Patrick Mahomes, like 30 starts at Texas Tech. Joe Burrow, between Ohio State and LSU, only had about 17, 18 starts, but he played in national championship games to give him like 20 starts. You know what I'm saying? What's your boy in Washington from San Bernardino? I can't think of his name for some reason right now. Commanders. We all know who he is.
Marcus
Jaden
Mariota?
Daniels.
Oh, Jaden Daniels? Oh.
No, Jaden Daniels, right? Like 20 starts at Arizona State and like another 25 starts at LSU. You know what I'm saying? Caleb, about 30 starts in college. Go on and on to these guys who are pretty successful.
So he's got
They
something.
have more.
Stroud?
So Bill Parcells,
What was Stroud?
CJ Stroud, 2 years Ohio State starter. So what do you guys say? It's like 25 games, 26 games, something like that?
He did say 20. Yeah, he wants at least 30 starts. That would, yeah. And with having 25 games, do you even get 23 wins? Do you like meet that?
Yeah, no. I mean, Ohio State, yeah, they pretty much win every game except for like the 1 or 2 games a year that they lose. But yeah, CJ Stroud was only the starter for 2 years.
But then now you have the
Because
2-to-1
Justin
touchdown.
Fields transferred from Georgia. Oh yeah, he had that all day.
And then you had
The
those,
completion percentage and all that.
That's
Yeah.
crazy because that's like barely missing Bill Parcells' rules, like CJ Stroud. But that's interesting because it's like
I love that. I
that
love that for
rule-
Parcells. I love that you brought that to the table too.
that rule is true. Like that's undefeated.
It is. If you look and see who's working out, who's not working out, I mean, you want like Shador has all the criteria, right? Shador
Low-key,
has all the
yeah.
starts, all the numbers, everything you're looking for. Produced with a terrible offensive line, produced with a team that they just kind of mishmashed together that first year. And then when they had a year of continuity, he won 8 games and took it to a bowl game. After when he just got there, they won 0 games the year before Shador Sanders was their quarterback. Literally 0.
Let's have the Shador conversation. Is he just being blackballed? Is the league racist? What is it?
He's being blackballed, and he's also blackballed himself. He's also done it to himself, and he's made it easier for them to do it to him, unfortunately. Because of the position that is quarterback, it's always going to be held to a different standard. Maybe 10, 15 years from now, quarterbacks will be able to act like wide receivers and DBs, but that's just not here yet. We haven't progressed that far in the quarterback evolution for, your quarterback to care more about his AP Rolly and his Maybach he just bought just as much as he cares about his playbook. That's just never going to play. Shador's going to have to kind of get over being baby prime time and be a quarterback. And once he does that, he's good.
He should have really took
He's good.
what the Eagles and the Ravens were saying, took it serious,
Exactly.
and been like, you know what, this is the perfect opportunity to be behind some really great minds, a really great quarterback, and also, I mean,
he could have been quiet.
Yeah,
he could have been quiet, put his head down, and got better. And then it's like, damn, we traded for Shador.
Lamar would be out. Lamar is out. Shador would be
and
playing.
He would be playing right now.
He'd be
it's
out.
Just too much in his head.
Yeah, he fucked
too
up.
much in his head. He thought he was the first or second pick of the draft and went in the 5th round. That's tough.
What?
Imagine your pride. How do you keep your moxie? How do you keep your swagger and your confidence being like? It looks like you're trying to portray confidence, and we know that confidence has to be somewhat shaken. 5th round when you're supposed to be at worst the 10th pick, maybe at worst a second rounder, and you went in the 5th round, and then you can't beat Dylan Gabriel out, you can't beat Joe Flacco out. They don't give you a chance, and all this other hoopla. As a backup quarterback, you want to be quiet. You don't want nobody to know about you unless you're coming in and giving some handoffs at the end of a blowout. Like, you don't want to make waves as a backup quarterback as a 5th round pick. You're not even guaranteed a roster spot. You got to be happy you made the 53-man roster as a 5th round pick quarterback.
If you take away like the cockiness and him like rubbing people the wrong way, where does he realistically get picked if he answers the interviews right and everything?
Go ahead, bro.
Cash would know this one because I remember this. I remember when they was as this shit was happening. Cash was like, "Look, this is the shit that this is shit that he's telling people. He could have gone in the 3rd round, I think, or some shit like that, based off what Cash said. I think it would have been to the Eagles or Ravens. He could have gone in the 3rd round yeah, it's crazy.
I think
before
if he
that,
winning, yeah. I think I'll just say this. I think he will be playing better than Cam Ward is right now, even in that same situation. He's just more accurate with the football. Cam Ward has the bigger arm, can make, more layered throws or whatever, but Shador has something that you wish every young quarterback had. He's pinpoint accurate, and he's unfazed in the pocket. And he's literally one of the more accurate arms in the league right now. But the other stuff is just not giving him a chance. And then he went to the Browns. Like, think about that. Out of everything, bro, you go to the Browns where Johnny Manziel was, where all this other shit has already happened over there, the Baker Mayfield fiasco in Cleveland. Like, it's just such a bad fit, and it was just such a bad look all the way around. I think the general managers look bad, the owners look bad, Shador looks bad, Shador's advisors look bad, because I don't think nobody got it right. He's obviously, in my opinion, if you watch the film, bro, I don't think Jackson Dart was awful, but I don't think Jackson Dart was the level of college quarterback that Shador was. Now, obviously, Jackson Dart's having success right now in New York, but if we're talking his prospects coming into the league, I watch a lot of college football, and I'm really into the draft. Jackson Dart is not in Shador Sanders' weight class as a college quarterback. That's just a fact.
That's interesting.
So, yeah.
That's
I mean, he's pinpoint accurate. You guys, like, he's accurate like he's been in the league for 8 years.
I mean,
you don't find that.
The first mock drafts were like, had him like it was him or Cam could go number 1. It was like, and then like as time went on, it was like, okay, Cam is a little bit better, so he'll go right after Cam Ward. And then it just like the combine and the interviews, well, even the draft day, there was a bet. I lost this bet. It was like a bet saying like Shadir will be drafted before like the 2nd round or something. It was like a gimme bet too. It was one of them gimme like bets, and I'm like, wow.
You guys, we're living in a world where Shador might be the best player in his whole draft class and not get a chance to play for who knows how long. Yeah. And that's a fact. If you watch the film, you look at the tape. None of these quarterbacks last year were slam dunk, go run up and say that they're the number 1 pick. Cam Ward just won the Heisman, and he was the hot thing. That's kind of like what Dante Moore is probably going to do at Oregon this year. That's like you have that hot season. You know what I'm saying? But and we're talking about a body of work. I mean, Shador was 65% completions or better. Flirted with 70% his last year at Colorado with a terrible offensive line and just his daddy's team playing daddy ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot left to tap into with Shador that I guess his bravado is just not going to let him get to, or his unwillingness to humble himself when it's time to. You know, that's what those guys want to see, those general managers, those coaches, those quarterback coaches, those offensive coordinators. They want to see that you're going to come in, put your fucking head down, get in that playbook, master that playbook, run scout team, run the second team, whatever you got to do. And then when your time comes, here we go. You got Shador doing weird shit in interviews, miming, not talking, having bunny ears, listening to what the media is saying, responding to it. As a 5th round pick, 3rd string quarterback, why are you doing any of that?
Tell him, John, he's
There's
not
no
being
reason to do
professional.
that.
Yeah.
But
There's no reason for that.
And it's a real like huge emphasis on like the fact that what's it called? On the head down. You got these older guys that come from a different generation that are used to a certain body of work, and they want these players to show them, at the very least, show them you're willing to just put your fucking head down and work. Cam Ward did that. Cam Ward spoke like a dog.
Yeah.
Cam Ward acted like a dog. Shador didn't act like that. And what made it different?
He acted like a rapper.
What even
He
made
acted
it,
like he's about to drop an album.
and what's making it different, what's even crazier, actually, in my opinion, is when you have something come out saying that we got to dumb this playbook down in order for your top 1 quarterback to have some kind of success. That's like, that's how much of an impact your character, how you act, has on your draft stock and has on the ability, like, you know, on the people to really trust you. Cam Ward they might have known Cam Ward isn't the smartest. He might not be able to handle it. You know what? He didn't. We fired the coach, and now the new guy is saying we're going to have to simplify this playbook for him. But
and get a more condensed playbook. Yep.
But because he acted the way that he acted, he got the opportunity. If Shador would have acted like,
that's all he had to do.
Yeah.
Well,
you got to act like Andy Dalton, bro. You got to act like.
Here's what it is. Here's what it is.
A little bit though.
Yeah, I can hear you.
So here's what it is: is that Shador doesn't come from humble beginnings, and Cam Ward does.
Say that.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And he should have. You know, his dad was cocky. His dad did the same thing when he came to the league. You know, they threw playbooks at him, and he was like, "What draft pick are y'all?" Like, he's told this story countless times. Like, I'm not doing that. But the difference was Dion was proven undeniable talent, and he was super cocky. He could get away with that. And in retrospect, that's not Shador. He's talented, but he's still
not slam dunk, run away. You know what I'm saying? And he's a quarterback. His dad was a DB. You need to be, you know, you need to be Meion Sanders as a DB because it's you versus that receiver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As a quarterback, are you checking to your offensive line? Are you tapped in with your old line? Are you making the right checks at the offensive line? Are you getting us into what we need to get into? Are you calling the plays consistently and concisely? Can you get that play called and there's still 20 seconds left so we can make adjustments at the line of scrimmage? Those are the little things. You know what I'm saying?
And at the very least, you got to be a professional. If you had a company and $1 billion, let's say $1 million, probably $1 billion company, and you were picking people to be the face of your franchise, I'm sure you'd want them to be a professional.
I don't want to see your fucking AP. I don't want to see your Rolex. I don't want to know about your Maybachs. I want to know how you're going to get the job done.
I have a slight conspiracy theory, and to back up Shador, like
I love Shador. By the
way, these guys coming to the league, you know, they're coming from single parent homes. They're you know, they don't have nothing. Their families dependent on them making it. You know, like they're poor. You know, so they're desperate to be in the league, and I think the league uses that as an advantage to like put their thumb on people and control people. And I think they don't like they're paranoid. I think the league is paranoid and threatened by Shador because it's already showing like that college money, you know, and then the fact that he comes from a wealthy family. He doesn't need football. He wants to play football. And so he has leverage, you know. And I don't think the league likes that because that's what happened to the NBA. The players have leverage, and now
Mhm.
the players can dictate stuff. And I think the league is trying to be controlling,
But I
and
don't
they're
know.
purposely sabotaging him because the last thing they want to see is somebody with leverage have success, and now the players run the league over the owners.
I don't know if that's the case truly because the Mannings have always had leverage. They just didn't act a certain way, right? They've had football money in their family forever, but they don't act a certain way. So that leverage, I think
Eli
specifically,
did.
Eli did to an extent, right? But once he got to where he wanted to get to, it's not like he was saying outlandish things, acting outlandish.
Yeah.
It was a different
He
one.
still behaved like a CEO.
He
You know
did.
what I'm saying?
He very much did. And go ahead.
Who's a better draft prospect, John? Eli Manning coming out the draft or Shador coming out the draft?
That's one of the better questions I've ever been asked.
That's a pretty good
That's
question.
that's one of the that is awesome. Ooh,
That's tough. That might need to be its own little
that's so
segment.
awesome.
You
I
can't
gotta dig in.
you can't think about what happened in their careers. You got to delete
No,
all your
yeah.
I was
memories.
12 years old. I was 12 years old when Eli Manning was at Ole Miss. So he was one of the first, because Peyton Manning is my first favorite football player of all time from Madden, just because my mom bought me Madden when I was younger. And I was like, oh shit, the Colts. I like their jersey colors and shit. So when Eli started making some noise, I'm like, oh shit, Peyton Manning has a younger brother. They're on ESPN. Like, I'm going to watch him. Obviously, seen him play at Ole Miss, became a fan. Um, if I'm just telling you off my memory and I don't go back and watch film, it's tough because Shador's film is so much more in my head than Eli's is. But I would say Shador was the better college quarterback. And I think the numbers back that up because Eli Manning was never a numbers guy. He was a pedigree guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's going to be clutch in the moment kind of guy. He was never like, oh, I threw 40 touchdowns at Ole Miss and only 5 picks. It was more like a 27-13 kind of guy. He was never like, head and shoulders just above the rest. His pedigree helped get him to where he was. If you look at his draft class, Phillip Rivers and Ben Roethlisberger go after him, both better individual players, and were both better individual players in college.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
But that's a good ass question, and that's gonna make me want to dig into the film a little bit to really see what Eli was really doing. Because, like I said, I was a kid just starting to watch college football in middle school when Eli was in college. So that's a really dope question, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I fucking hate this shit, bro. This shit started at 4.
Oh, the games are already on and shit?
Yeah, like I hate this shit.
Yeah. That shit's weak, though. That double header shit.
But at least this time
Yeah,
they did it like separated instead of overlapping. I like how they did that, so we can watch both games.
No, they just
Hell
need to have
yeah.
one game on Monday night. That should be like the prime
Exactly.
time game.
A
Everybody
good-ass
watching.
game.
It should be
Mhm.
that. I don't like the two. I don't care if you separate them. It should be one game, one focus.
Yeah,
What-
I'd rather they do that shit on Thursday, to be honest, if they were going to do
What if they do
Right.
two, but the 4 o'clock game is always an East Coast game, so it's 7 o'clock for them. And then the
I
7 o'clock the 7 o'clock game is always a West Coast game.
Do it on Thursday.
Do it on Thursday, though. Monday is just be all waiting for that.
I also didn't mind the
Right.
Friday game when that Chiefs on Friday.
Yeah, that's fire, too. That's pretty
I
fire,
didn't
too.
mind that either. I mean, also
It just
too.
takes away from high school football. That's why.
Yeah, it does. And they're about to start
Friday
having
Night
those
Lights.
big time. They're about to start having those big time Friday night games on every Friday. Sometimes when I get a chance, I do watch those. And I remember I seen Roma Dunze play for
Yeah.
Bishop Gorman on a random Friday. He played at Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas, and they went up against Modern Day. They played against who was on that fucking. They play against other guys that are in the league now for sure. And that shit's pretty cool. California, we low key run high school football these days.
No,
You're
yeah.
saying us in
It's not
Texas for
Florida and
sure.
Texas no more. They
Oh,
took it from
okay,
Florida
yeah.
and Texas. And they just whooped up on them. I'm about to nerd out on you guys just for like 2 minutes. Just bear with me.
I'm listening.
There was just a little tournament they just did where it was Cali, Texas, and Florida. They did 7-on-7s, and then they did real games of the high schools. And Modern Day from Orange County and Long Beach Poly from LA, Long Beach, they smashed on every Florida and every Texas team. They went undefeated during the tournament.
Wow.
And this is
Damn.
recent. This is like last month. So this is it's very fresh on YouTube and shit. So California runs high school football right now, which when we were younger, that was not the
No,
case.
yeah,
It
no,
was a
yeah.
Texas Florida thing.
Odessa.
So to see that happen now, yeah,
Odessa.
exactly. A mixture, a little bit of Vegas, because Vegas has Bishop Gorman, and then you got Modern Day in Orange County. You got Long Beach Poly in LA. They're running shit, bro. They're smacking these teams.
That's good.
I think that's pretty fire. I hope to have my son be playing in some football games here in his future. So I
How
think
old is
that's
he?
pretty cool. He's only 4, but he loves football so much it's kind of crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he be lining up like a defensive lineman and shit, challenging me, trying to knock me over and shit. So, I mean, it's been right in his DNA from jump. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
My son just hurt himself. My son that got hurt, he fell through a glass table, fucking around, playing around, because that's all he ever does. And the most interesting thing that kind of made me proud as a father, selfishly, he gets hurt. We're taking him to the hospital. He said, "Dad, am I still going to be able to play football for the rest of my life?" I was like, "Yeah, buddy, you're good." And I was like, "Damn, that
That's
shit was crazy."
hilarious.
Like he's really on that. You know what I'm
That's
saying? He's
dope.
a tough little dude.
Wow.
Yeah, he loves football, man. He loves basketball too. He loves soccer, baseball. I mean, he loves just running around with his dogs and shit, throwing them the football.
That's gonna be a story for draft night when he gets drafted.
It is, bro. I am trying to LeVar Ballin, but I don't want to, be too pushy.
Hey,
He is going to
just be careful with the knees, man.
Oh yeah, I'm letting him develop and he got a physical, man. At 4 years old, he's 4 feet tall and 56 pounds. At 4 years old,
What?
4 feet tall, 56 pounds. He just got a physical last Thursday.
What are you putting in the food?
Shit, man, it's just the boozer ingredients. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I can talk about my son all day. That's
You putting that stuff that they feed pit bulls in his food.
I mean, he's been raised with Rottweilers and Cane Corsos his whole life, so he's just a dog.
He might have been sneaking into their food.
Oh shit, yeah, man, that shit's crazy though, bro. He's likely to play. You know what I'm saying? If he loves it, he'll be straight.
That's good.
Fred Warner. Defense or offense?
He seems like a defensive type nigga to me right now. I mean, he's always trying to tackle me, biting me, growls at me and shit. He be like, yeah.
I'm about to clip that shit.
He be hanging out with the dogs too much.
I'm telling you, he be on that, bro. I'm telling you. If I called him out here right now, he would love to be on the podcast. That's all he's like. Dad, let me do it. Let me get on the podcast, Dad.
That's hilarious.
He's comedy though.
At what age was he not afraid of the dogs anymore?
His whole life, it's all he's ever known.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's all he's ever known. That's all he's ever known. When he was born, I had my my Rottweiler. And as of last year, I got my Cane Corso last November, female. And now, like 4 months ago, maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I got my boy Cane Corso. So he just, he's like their little owner. He's like their little king. So
big ass dog.
Unfortunately, my Rottweiler passed away. Rest in peace, Rocket. Love you for life, man. That's my guy. That's my son too. My Cane Corsos, though, they're
That's crazy, John, because I want a Cane Corso and a Rottweiler too. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I be on, bro. I be on the dogs. Like I train my dogs. And, I train them for protection and for guardian work right here at the house. I'm right. I'm not gonna say exactly where I am on the stream.
No,
but,
yeah.
We can. I'm right here at my house, man. Anytime when they come check out the dogs, right? Pull up on me.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be around. Sometimes I go to Hobby House every once in a while. So maybe I'll go over there with Hobby or something.
We gonna have the trade deadline party at your house.
I barbecue every Sunday. Every Sunday. Every Sunday I barbecue. I mean, I have to let my wife know way ahead of time, but yeah, I'm sure she knows. So y'all let me know what y'all trying to do, or even if it's not the mid-season fantasy party, if you guys want to come kick it, watch some football one of these Sundays. You feel me? You come fuck with me. I'll be over here chilling.
That Sunday ticket, man.
Yeah.
That shit is no joke.
Got
I got
all the
that shit.
games. I
I
got the
got that
games
shit
on in
for
the
the
living
first
room, the
year.
room.
That shit is amazing. I love it, dude. I
Bro,
love
I
it.
bought Sunday ticket for the first time. Cam Newton's rookie season. I begged my mom to get that shit for me. She thought it was just a one-time payment. She was cussing my ass out every fucking month. That shit kept coming out. Bro, she was so fucking heated.
It's
It
like
was
I'm like,
worth
60.
Mom,
every
I was
whooping,
60.
huh?
just every month, boom, $69.99, $69.99.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, damn, she was on my ass for that shit. Love you, Mom. I give my mom money every month. You feel me? So hopefully I started
Paid
to
her
make
back.
up for that
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, my
I
fucking
just
shit
picked my
is
son up from my mom's
overheating.
house right now.
Hey, I know I heard you earlier, Javi, on Sean's stream, talking about how I feel like you fucked the league. Hell yeah, I think you fucked the league. But I know you was trying
Oh
to.
yeah, let's
I
get to it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's get into that. Let's get back to that.
I still don't think you got the compensation, the proper compensation. Hell no.
How not? I got Nico Collins, DJ Moore, and Calvin Ridley.
DJ Moore is not nothing, and Calvin Ridley is nothing, and you got Nico Collins. That's okay. That's not
that's-
saying a lot.
That's Nico Collins is a second round pick.
Yeah, but he's not playing like it.
He's not playing like it, but he could still finish in the top 10. You look up anybody that's talking about anything, any football, fantasy football related. Nico Collins is in everybody's projection to finish in the top 10. And you know who he's right behind on most of these projections?
Too, though.
You know, I know, but you know who he's behind on most of these projections? CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll see how that plays out.
And the Bears are barely starting to scratch the surface on that offense. So DJ Moore might be able to flip the script. He's the guy. DJ Moore is the guy that they normally move around.
He's the gadget guy.
Yeah, he's the
For
gadget
sure.
guy.
Comes out the backfield, catches. Go ahead.
No, I'll give it to you when it comes to Calvin Ridley, but as far as not getting my return, nah, I got more than my return. Because if you can look at every trade that's happened so far in fantasy football, like as far as you know it, like from every season that we've done, in order to let go of a dog like CeeDee Lamb, what do you got to get back? You got to get back a dog, and then you got to get back some names on top of that. And I feel like I did that.
I mean, I guess if you happy with it, that's fine. I don't see it. I mean, obviously that's what it comes down to. Everybody has their own way of running their team. You know, just like I have mine for me, you know. And people say what they want about how I feel about my trade. I love my trade. I feel like I like to depend on, I don't want to have to depend on one person. I wasn't happy with my roster either. I wanted a workhorse running back. Nobody was trying to give me one. Nobody. So that's why I told everybody I'm throwing the name. Dejan could have had St. Brown. He would have said ahead of
Cash. Please. we're not about to. You're
taking them back memory lane.
I got this big old forehead right here. You just made a lot of sweat come down here right now with this.
He was. He know it. He told me that the very first time we was talking about trade, it was gonna be with Brian Thomas Jr., Woody Mark, and
Quayshawn Judkins. But
you
wanted it to be Omarion Hampton. You wanted Omarion. I wanted to send Quayshawn. That's where our impasse began, and we still dug out the details for a whole nother week, and we still got on the podcast. And yesterday's price was not today's price. So
you could have had Quinshon and St. Brown and not had to deal with Amarion's.
I didn't know O was gonna get hurt. O was my proudest possession at the time. I was so proud of him at the time, man. I didn't know he was gonna get hurt. I liked Omarion Hampton more than I liked Ashton Genty coming out of college. So I feel like that was like a little thing I had where I knew certain players and how they were gonna be used, where I could, sit at the draft and take these guys that maybe other people weren't up on. So Omarion Hampton was making me feel like a fantasy football genius. He wasn't going nowhere. I didn't want to get rid of Quayshawn. He makes me feel the same way. I had injuries, bro.
I get it.
I tried to make that trade with you when I lost Neighbors.
See, for me, and I understand that. And I felt like I can move St. Brown and survive with my receiving core. That's how I feel. Now,
I feel
I
you.
wanted a workhorse. You're the only person that was willing to play ball. I tried to get one of Skeezy's guys. He wasn't moving. He was the only guy. And then Sean was the last person that's like, y'all, gonna give me a workhorse type running back. I didn't want Genty. He knew that before when he got him because I didn't believe in offense. I wanted a running back on a good offense, offensive line like a Marion Hampton. Quinshon Judkins, I'm iffy on because of the team and when they're down, are they going to be running the ball? All that. It's like the Raiders. It's
That's
the
a
same
fact.
story with the Raiders. So that's like, at least I know what I know about Ashton Genty is, they're going to use him. They're supposed to be using him a lot, like a real workhorse. And I guess that's. I don't know.
I feel you.
Was going to give me a first running back and a possible top 10. He's really a top 5, top 10 receiver in real life, not in fantasy. And that's what I went for.
Man, I'm liking this St. Brown guy. Can I get the other Brown back? Can we be the Brown and Brown?
I think AJ Brown is gonna have a pretty good rest of the
The
year.
way he just balled out, I'm like, oh my God. And then the worst part about it is St. Brown didn't play till today, so I didn't even get to enjoy my toy until I'm already out of the game.
Damn.
Like, imagine how exciting it would have been getting these early touchdowns yesterday before I'm losing by 80 points.
Can we put some respect on Jalen Hurts' name for a little bit? Because he went through some shit last week, and now all of a sudden got a perfect passer rating, and he threw some dimes. He threw some great shit. Can we just at least acknowledge the level of play? Acknowledge him as a quarterback one, a for real quarterback one, a dual threat, a perfect system quarterback for the Eagles. He don't got to be your favorite quarterback, but people on this podcast, hey Sean, and I think it was Cash.
It's all of us.
Yeah,
it was L2. I think it was L2.
Yeah, I wish L was here because I would have included him for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I called him.
If he could have did it, he could have shut AJ Brown up week 1 and stopped all this madness.
I called him. I said he was a superstar Taysom Hill. That's what I said.
Okay, I called him a better Black Tim Tebow.
Disrespectful.
I called him the goat of Brock Purdy's.
Disrespectful. Oh my God, bro, this is crazy.
Hey, but keep winning Super Bowls. If you keep winning Super Bowls, you keep winning big games. Who gives a fuck what people have to say about you or where people rank you? At the end of the day, that's what everybody's trying to do. So if he wins, he wins.
AJ Brown
was better
gives a
than
fuck.
Cam Newton. You said he was better than Cam Newton, and I got smoked for him for life.
I didn't.
I got smoked for him.
I didn't.
Well, you compared them. You put them in the same.
No.
sentence, and I got smoked for life.
No. I was making
Smoked for life.
I was making a transition into a different style of quarterback, and then you thought I was comparing. I just ran with the comparison. If you look back at the video, I was segueing into it
to make for good podcasting.
No. Only
He was rage
only my
baiting you.
choice. Yes, only my choice. only my choice of Cam Newton for sure. When I said Cam Newton was the what did I say?
Like flash in the pan, like one hit wonder.
Hit wonder. Yeah. He was a one hit wonder. But I was segueing into something else with Jalen Hurts. But since it went that route, I just said
it's kind of crossed up.
I just said that I said it, but I never said that Cam Newton was a better quarterback. Never. But I mean, shit.
Well, yeah. If
10
you
toes.
look at them niggas film, it looks like they're playing a different sport. It looks like they're playing a different sport if you look at the film. So I don't ever want Jalen Hurts.
I'm not gonna
name with Cam Newton's name ever.
Yeah, you ever seen Cam Newton in person? One of the best memories.
I would have fucking fainted.
One of the best
That's my favorite
memories.
football player of all time.
You got
One of the best
hey.
memories is
The
the
both of
Raider
you.
game.
The both of you. You got a little something on your lips.
I don't give a fuck. That's my dog.
And
I was early on him, and I knew he was going to be nice before anybody else knew he was going to be nice. So I always take pride in that. And Hob knows because Hob's been one of my best friends for more than 20-something years. So he knows that that's a
Cam. Yeah, the moment Cam Newton came into the league, he's never had a favorite football team. It's always been a favorite Cam Newton. Like he was a fan wherever Cam Newton went. He was a fan of from college. I'm talking about college, from Florida to Auburn. No, was it Florida? It was Florida. Yeah.
It was Florida. He stole the laptop at Florida. He got kicked off the team. Went to Blinn Junior College. Went undefeated.
Yeah, the junior college. I forgot about that. Yep.
Went to Auburn. I seen him play like on that Friday night kind of standalone game they do. It was Auburn and Clemson. I'm like, what the fuck is Julius Peppers doing playing quarterback for Auburn? And then I was hooked ever since. From week 3 of that college season.
Does Cam Newton fit the Bill Parcells rules?
Hell yeah. Well, no, he doesn't. But he had the greatest standalone college football season of all time. We ran through the numbers the other week.
Yeah.
I could run through them again. You know,
if
you guys need me to.
We don't gotta do that.
Yeah.
We believe you.
So, but no, he doesn't because he never beat out Tim Tebow. He had the one junior college year that don't count, and he had the 1 year at Auburn, undefeated, 50 touchdowns. Even caught a passing touchdown that year in his Heisman season. Over a good defensive back too. So just running niggas over for a whole year. The SEC was different back then too. You know, I don't know if you guys know Marcel Darius, Patrick Peterson, fucking real dogs out there. He was going up against every fucking Saturday and hogging on their ass. But yeah, I could talk about Cam Newton all day and how he's far from a one-hit wonder. But yeah, that's my favorite player of all time.
Leave that on episode 10, man. Damn.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know, I'll go off on a tangent, bro, about certain shit.
My laptop is overheating, guys.
Yeah,
because it's too hot. It's just too much, too hot to handle.
I need a.
My wife's texting me.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to barbecue tonight.
Me too. I'm barbecuing right now too.
I got some prime ranchetta.
From Luis? From Luis?
Butcher. Hell yeah, nigga, I got. Bro, I'm seeing the video of my haul I got. I spent like 2 something up there, man. I got some shit.
No, yeah, that's the amazing meat. No homes.
Bro, I got...
yeah. Like that meat,
don't say it like that, Sean. You like that meat, huh? Like, nah, bro.
Hell yeah, man. No, it's been real, y'all. My wife is texting me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not trying to, get any smoke coming my way. But it's been real, man. It's been fun. I love fucking with you guys, man. Talk to you. Shit's dope. I feel like I get smarter every time we get together. So let's do it again soon, y'all.
We're gonna accept it before we end. We're gonna accept this trade right now.
Accept it. Send it in. I'll accept it right now.
All right.
On the podcast.
Garrett Wilson.
All right.
For Brian Thomas and who?
Bill. Bill O'Brien. The Bill O'Brien trade.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. I'm ready to accept as soon as you send that thing in.
So, what's the trade again?
We got from Boozer Ball is sending out to Corey Krosky-Merritt and Brian Thomas Jr. And I'm receiving from Nakua Matata, Garrett Wilson.
That's fair.
I think it's good for both parties. Sean's been the only real trade partner I've had in this league.
Don't take shots. Don't take shots. He's over here taking shots.
Nah, man. Yeah, fuck Hav, but it's all good.
Yeah,
and fuck Cash too. Cash took away my first big trade I was trying to pull off, and I wanted to announce it on the podcast. And Cash, 180 on me.
He pulled the rug.
I did.
But it's all love. It's all love, though.
Can I make a condition to this trade only because so we can lock it in right now? I have to send you Woody Marks, but could you send him back for
Yeah, for whatever.
Yeah, all right.
Yep. That's a done deal.
Okay, I'm sending it right now.
Okay, business done. Let's do it.
Sean,
I love it.
You got a complete team.
This might be my last trade. I mean, I might have finished it out after this.
Sean's team is stacked.
I mean, Sean's made some
All right.
moves. Sean's made some moves. Don't sleep on my team, Cash. Don't sleep on my team.
I can't get no fair trade out of you though. So
What do you mean? You offer Stephon Diggs for CD Lamb.
I'm gonna be real. You two niggas are the worst niggas in the world.
I was low ball.
What? We made we did good business.
I'm
Javi,
trying with both you guys. You guys are the worst people.
you're the only person that I could call on the phone and still not agree on a trade with.
Because you always want the best of the trade.
No,
So do you?
You always want the best of the trade.
You do. I just want a fair trade. Why do you think I'm making trades with everybody? I made trade with Keith. I made trade with Danny. I made trade with Gus. I made trade with Ajan. I got history of making good trades.
You violated all of them except for your brother.
I did not violate Keith.
Sean.
You did. You gave him a player, and the next day the player is out for the season, and you got.
I can't know that. I cannot know that. I cannot know that.
Witchcraft, yes. This nigga pulling witchcraft out, bro.
Cash, we just had a good trade. Cortland Sutton for Cortland Sutton.
No, you guys did.
For Ken Walker.
You guys did.
You won right now.
Okay, I know, but is that not a fair deal? Ken Walker and Keon Coleman for so why are y'all like you? I swear it's only y'all two that I can't really make a good deal with. I can't because y'all always want to win, always.
No, that's you. Well, and that's been you for the longest. And you even admitted that what you do is you send your worst offer first.
Yeah,
that's what I did with Stephon Diggs. That's what I did with Stephon Diggs. I'm like, I'm gonna offer you low, see what you offer.
But I want it high. Because I already had an offer in. I was just trying to take all considerations. You started with Stephon right after I said I could have gotten who?
You could have.
I think Hobbs is going out soon.
Yeah,
you could have. She's about to die or something, bro.
You could have gotten St. Brown.
But you likely would have wanted something on top with CD.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, my guys. Episode 10 has been real. Hope y'all have a good one. My Lakers start their season tomorrow. You feel me? Our first start to our championship season is tomorrow. So go Lakers. You feel me? And yeah, I'll fuck with you guys, man. You guys have a good one.
All right,
love.
Yeah, my shit is over.
Sean, our deal is accepted.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
To the next time.
Right,
All right,
official.
Sure. Episode 10 is official.
That was the best one by far. You nailed it there, Javi.
It was tight?
Yep, you nailed it.
That shit was tight, man. I'm not gonna lie. I loved it. That episode was just flowing. I gotta figure out what's up with this laptop though. I'm starting to overheat and shit. I had to buy a fan. I think it's gonna show on the stream too. Like, hopefully it's just me though, and it's not y'all. It was just me that's gonna like kind of glitch out a little bit, not the whole thing. So I'm gonna get it back. So I appreciate you, Lobo, for tuning in and being a part of it, man.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, you too, bro.